Hey everybody, this is Alan Moore, certified financial planner and founder of Serenity Financial Consulting. Thanks for joining me. What if I told you that having a financial plan might actually give you permission to spend more money? What would you think? See, most of us look at financial planning the same way that we look at budgeting, which is it's really restrictive. It's basically just somebody telling us how we should not spend our money. But I've actually found the exact opposite is true for some of my clients through the financial planning process. So many clients live in fear that they aren't saving enough money. Every dollar that gets spent on vacations or on the latte at Starbucks, every time that dollar gets spent, they're wondering, should I be saving this money for a future financial goal? And it can actually paralyze people in terms of spending it, and they just live in fear that they aren't saving enough money. So actually having a financial plan can help free you from this paralysis, from this fear. So think about this. If you make $4,000 a month, but you don't know how much you need to be saving for the future, every dollar that you spend could be going to saving, it could be spent, you never really know what you should be doing with it. And every time you spend a dollar, you may feel guilty that you weren't saving it. But let's say that you had a financial plan that said you have a high probability of meeting all of your financial goals if you save $1,000 a month. Well, then that frees you up to spend the other $3,000 a month however you want. If you want to take a big vacation, great, that's fine. If you want to get that latte at Starbucks, that's fine too. It doesn't matter because you're saving the $1,000 that you need to be for your future financial goals, and the other $3,000 can be spent however you want. It can be really hard to balance today's spending needs with tomorrow's savings needs. So here are a couple of things that you can do to get started today. The first thing is set financial goals. Okay, what does retirement look like to you? How much of your kids' college education do you want to pay for? Do you need or do you want to move into a bigger house soon? You need to know what your goals are so that you'll know what you need to be saving for. Your financial goals are the center of your financial plan. The next thing is be sure that you're saving for an emergency. So you need to have 3 to 6 months of living expenses set aside in the case of a disability or a job loss or something of that nature because it could really derail your financial plan quickly. The next thing is to be sure you are on a spending and saving plan. Now, it doesn't mean you have to be on a budget. It just means every paycheck you want to be setting aside money for each of your financial goals, because as you set that money aside, then the rest of it can be spent on whatever it is that you want to spend your money on, and that's where you get this permission to spend money however you choose. The final thing is don't be afraid to ask for help. If you're having trouble setting financial goals or having trouble figuring out how much you need to be saving or kind of pulling it all together, consult with a financial planner. They can help kind of pull everything together into one cohesive plan. So don't be afraid that if you feel a little overwhelmed to get some help. So one thing that we recently released a free guide, and it's the 10 easy steps to securing your financial future today. The 4 steps that I've talked about are in that guide, as well as 6 additional ones, and it goes into a lot more detail. So feel free to download that guide. It's at www.serenityfc.com/free report. You can go in there, put your email address in, and download it. So just remember that financial planning is not a one-time event. It's a process. It's something that you do have to continue to revisit. It's something that will continue to come up throughout your life. As life happens, your financial plan changes. So don't think that you can just put a plan in place and it's going to work. You know, it's going to take constant effort and constant revisiting. So what do you think? Have you ever thought about that financial planning can actually give you permission to spend money? Is this something that you've ever considered? Definitely feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section. Well, that's all I have for today. Thanks so much for joining me.